And then we have what we were talking about before. Listen to this. Ave Maria, gratia plena. Before we get into the video, it is worth saying that this is not a sponsored video. Mahjong Stars did not send me this product. I bought it myself, and all of the opinions that you hear on everything included is my opinion entirely. Mahjong Stars is the premier US distributor of AMOS automatic Mahjong tables. They have a firm belief that Riichi Mahjong should be more accessible, welcoming, and fun for everyone. With many different products to choose from in the American market, there's something for everyone here on the Mahjong Stars site. Mahjong Stars can be attributed to a lot of the accessibility to new Mahjong sets for clubs in America. From the AMOS Festival to the Mahjong Stars Cup, they are facilitating events in North America to make Riichi Mahjong more accessible at every level of play. Mahjong Stars is the company for Mahjong equipment in America. So how does their new product stack up to what we've already been using from AMOS? I had to turn out the green screen because the box is green, but this is the standard for Riichi Mahjong as we know it right now. The prime gear is basically everything you would need to play Mahjong in a Mahjong club here. So, very similar to what we're going to see today, it comes with a junk mat, which is the mat you see in the background. It comes with a compass, it comes with the tiles, it comes with the point sticks, all that good stuff. So, it's a standard set. This is what everybody uses for the most part. And this is what we're going to be comparing the new tiles to. All right, we're going to head over to the table because it's time to unbox this bad boy. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with the unboxing. Here we go. Mahjong Stars. The Numbers Set. So here we have the Numbers Set. Very cool. So, this is AMOS Numbers, the Riichi Mahjong tile set. As you can see by the box art, this is specifically for the North American audience. It's all in English as compared to the Japanese box earlier. And it says, let's try Japanese Mahjong, right? This is for beginners. You don't have to teach people any sort of Chinese or Japanese numbers. There's no pressure to learn East or green or anything like that. All of the numbers and letters are in the top right. So even on something like a typical board game night, you could break out Mahjong and just skip a lot of the hassle and explanation that happens at the beginning of that. So what does this come with? This comes with a carrying bag, a framed mat, a frame, the Mahjong tiles, the dice, starting dealer markers, a tile case, the point stick container, an AMOS compass, and the color point stick set, which I'm really excited about because these colored sticks are much nicer than sort of like the old just like cream colored sticks. Really excited to have those in here. And you can see that this is a resin set, and it's 28 millimeters, right? So you can see the manufacturer and the importer and everything here for your own information. So we're gonna go ahead and break this open and see how everything looks inside. Wow. Look at this. This is so official. Look at this. All right, this is a great carrying bag. Let me get like one of the old ones. So like with one of the old Mahjong kits that you can find online, this is the sort of thing that you might expect. It's a bag for your junk mat and your compass and stuff like that. And then on this side, you have little compartments where your Mahjong tiles can go and all that sort of stuff. These are kind of extras from the set. And very flimsy. It's very easy for tiles to slide in and out of these pockets and everything. So this is a fantastic upgrade. This is great. I love this carrying case. Let's get on with opening the whole thing up. This is so official, dude. This is great. All right, as we open it up here, we have our components. All right, so first things first, we have our compass. Very standard issue. It's the AMOS compass. Everybody knows this one if they play, Riichi Mahjong in person. So, nothing too out of the ordinary there. And then we have our junk mat, which looks and feels to be pretty much the standard AMOS junk mat that you've probably seen before if you've ever played in person. And then we have what we were talking about before. Listen to this. Ah! All right, well, all right. There you go. There's your point stick. Didn't understand that it was not like a zipped bag, but here we are. So, if you buy this, pay attention to that. Don't spill your sticks everywhere. But the color on these and everything, it just looks so nice, compared to like kind of like a sickly plastic color. You know what I mean? That's nice. Nice to have. You can see more in here in the box and everything. There's the fourth dice and die is over here. So comes with 4 die, all good. And then you have your dealer indicator east and south right there. And this box is actually quite nice. It's felt on this bit. Do some ASMR for you there, bud. All right, so there you go. They're really starting to put quality into the little bits, like the carrying case, the stick box, all that sort of stuff. And it's really nice to see this increase in quality for Mahjong equipment in America. Not necessarily just from Mahjong Stars. They've always had really good stuff. But just as a Mahjong player in America, you're not guessing, trying to order things from Japan, or Japan isn't canceling your orders and stuff like that because they're like, oh, clearly you didn't mean to order something from Japan. One American plays Mahjong and stuff like that. That happened to me. So, it's nice to have this accessibility, and it's nice to have good quality. I feel like we should have like a little moment of silence for our point sticks. Should I sing Danny Boy for the point sticks lost along the way? Oh, Danny boy, the points are calling. Don't want to steal you songs, job, but no, man, that's what that is. And now what you've all been waiting for, it's the tiles. Point sticks. Made it out. Okay, so they come, with the sheath and everything. Again, this is felt just like the stick box there. This is probably the premium tile set on Mahjong Stars right now. So all these little bits of quality are nice, and it definitely adds up here. So we're gonna break out the junk mat and everything in just a second, get these tiles on the table. But just look at this, man. That's some high quality. You can see the numbers in the right, and just on the face of everything, looking at it, no signs of cracks or distress or anything. It is a yellow back tile set, as per usual, and there is a good amount of heft to these. All right, so just beware of that if you're a weakling. Here are the Mon tiles, the true culprits of why we have the numbers in the top right. Here are your bamboo tiles, perhaps infamously in a black color. That's an AMOS thing. They almost entirely print bamboo in black. A lot of people really would love to see green in these sets and stuff like that. Personally, I'm not super bothered by it. I kind of came up in the scene with this kind of tiles, but it's it's a preference thing. Some people are gonna want me to call that out in the review. So here are your bamboo tiles. And then moving on to our very nice looking honor tiles here. Beautiful font. Very nice. Again, black ink on the green dragon, all that sort of stuff. But the red looks very, very nice on this set here. So we're going to break out the junk mat. We're going to set these up. We're going to take a look at how they feel, how they look, how they click, all that sort of stuff. I forgot to mention, actually, there's like a nice, like sturdy bottom to this carrying case. So what's really nice about that is that you're not flopping around, you're not doing whatever. There's like an actual base to this carrying case. It's awesome. ASMR for you here. All right, before we get lost in the sauce, let's get the red 5s out of here. That sucks. It's just like one tile. And so there they all are in all their unwrapped beauty. Look at that. We got the red 5s in here. Looking great. So far, I haven't seen any imperfections on these. No chips, no breaks, no nothing. Shipping ended up being very easy with these. No problems in that sort of sense. Just order off the website and you're good to go. So before this set, you would have had to know that this character means ton or east in Japanese, or maybe you would know that it's dong in Chinese, right? Or for east as well. So without knowing that, you're looking at this tile, you're looking confused, you might be looking at a guide over and over again. All of that confusion is taken out of the equation now. Every time you look at a tile, you know exactly what it is, and there's so much power in that in terms of getting Mahjong into the hands of new players. I love this concept. I'm so glad that it was brought to life, and I'm really, really excited to introduce Mahjong to new people. Let's build a sample wall just to see how it feels. Nice, dude. All right. Very grippable, very easy. No problem whatsoever, man. Know what I'm saying? Great. The thing about these tiles is that they're very tactile. They're not like sticky, like, I don't know, some Mahjong tiles out of the box and stuff like that, they have like a sheen to them. They have like a weird like thing out of the factory or something. But these are very like tactile. You know, your fingers are kind of like not, you know, you're not gonna like drop it on like accidentally or something like that. The resin is very nice to just pick up and place down. Nothing particularly like difficult about it. All that, it feels very nice in the hand. Let's compare it to an older set, the AMOS standard tiles that everybody plays with. All right, so we got some tiles here. Automatically, there is an immediate size difference here. So we have obviously the numbered set and the standard AMOS set. This is 28 millimeter. This is 20 millimeter. This is resin, and I believe this is also resin. So similar printing job, all that sort of stuff, right? But a larger tile for American hands, all that sort of stuff, very nice, and also room, of course, for that little mark in the corner. And we'll show the one pin here as well, just for comparison. And of course, very similar color on the back as well. For me and my big giant man hands, this feels way better than this. Like, it's harder to, you know, like grip onto these things, all that sort of stuff. So for me, you know, if we're talking about like video games or something like that, using a Switch Joy-Con and stuff like that is like really annoying and like somewhat painful for me. I always prefer a Pro controller. This is like the Pro controller. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a good size for me and for what I want to do. So the 28 millimeter, really, really love this in the set, and the quality is there. There's no like astounding difference in you know, make and quality and stuff like that, I would say, between these two, because they're both that resin and stuff like that, and it comes from the same company, right? So very nice looking, very nice feel. These ones are just a little bit easier for me to manipulate, if I'm honest. So between the two, my preference is the numbered set. So that's the set. There's a few other things to talk about here. So number one is price point. The prime gear that I showed earlier, these smaller tiles came with the set, the compass, the mat, the point sticks, all that sort of stuff. Generally speaking, It's not the colored point sticks and all that sort of stuff. It's like a little bit different. And flimsier carrying case and all that sort of stuff. At least in the past, I don't know if they've upgraded it. But that is $155 on the Mahjong Stars site. And then with this, the new set, the numbered set, it is $190. So, what do you get for that? Well, you're getting upgrades in quality all over the place. Talked about these very nice tile and felt boxes and stuff like that. These aren't, your typical like plastic that's gonna fall apart on you and stuff like that. They're like actually solid and all that sort of stuff. Very nice felt and everything. Also, the larger size between the 20 and 28 millimeter tiles. That's more resin going into it. That's a higher cost for them. All that sort of stuff. And then, of course, you have the point sticks, which in their own right are this very nice color and stuff like that. It's sort of like the newer style of point sticks nowadays that are a little bit higher quality than the days of old, let's say. And then very much worth mentioning is the AMOS Japan carrying case that it comes with, because it has this solid bottom and stuff like that, so it's not going to be flimsy whenever you're using it and stuff like that. Putting the tile boxes on the bottom here is more than enough support for the set and everything else. So using this and carrying it to different events, different tournaments, to friends' houses and stuff like that to teach them how to play Mahjong and everything, like that is huge, you know? It's really great that you have like this stable set that's going to last for a long time. And I feel like part of the issue here that's on people's minds about this is that, you have these demarcations for the tiles, right? And so you're thinking to yourself, well, these are for beginners, aren't they? I know what an east wind is, dude. I've been playing Mahjong for years. But this quality and the ability to play with these tiles, it's the same resin that we've been using for years. It's a larger tile, so it just feels nicer right in the hand, especially, for someone like me who has larger hands and all that sort of stuff. So this tile set is going to be able to last you a long time, just like all of your other tile sets. There's no reason to think that this is just a beginner set. This is just something that is only for a select market and everything like that. This is a great product. It also feels like where this set is going to thrive is for clubs who want to be able to teach new players on the fly. We have our clubs here in upstate New York. There's clubs all around the world. Anywhere that you live, you can probably find a Mahjong club. So these tiles are absolutely fantastic. Now, there are a few things that maybe we could say restricts the set a little bit. And let's talk about that. So these are our leftover tiles. So these are the tiles that are left over. This is the full set. And here we have the tiles that are kind of left over. So these are just the 5s and the red 5s and stuff like that. But as you can see, there's no season tiles that come with this. So this is very strictly a Riichi set, which is not the worst thing in the world for any means. Riichi is a very, very popular format in the US, and this product is very much targeted at people looking to learn this very popular playstyle. Where I find issue with that is for things like local Yaku and different stuff like that. So my club, the club that I go to, we take out a white dragon and we substitute it with a season tile, and that tile, if drawn on the Ipatsu draw, is sort of like a wild card. It can be whatever tile you want, and you just win off of Ipatsu Sumo like that. So, there's little things like that that kind of fall through the cracks with this. Again, the green bamboo tiles and stuff like that being absent from yet another AMOS set and stuff like that. It's just something that they're not interested in doing, I guess. But these are very small nitpicks, honestly, on a set that is really, really good. And personally speaking, I feel like is going to more or less revolutionize Riichi Mahjong as we see it, because this opens the door for so many new people. And just real quick, we'll show the point sticks here. 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000 points. Very nice color coding and everything. Makes my heart happy to see. So we're back over here now. We're not at the table anymore. Originally, I was going to end the video, but remembered that I can actually compare this set to another set that I have. Totally forgot that it was locked away in the closet somewhere. So we were originally comparing to the Prime gear, which is available on the Mahjong Stars website for $155. It comes packed in with the junk mat and that sort of like cloth bag that you saw earlier, all that sort of stuff. It's pretty good. Those are 20mm tiles that you saw earlier, that size comparison. What is worth investigating though is this guy. So this is a set that I purchased from a local tournament organizer, my good friend Luke. And this is from my first ever Mahjong tournament, actually. So it's a nice little keepsake for me. But what's more important to you is that these are 28mm tiles, so we can compare them directly. Well, we found some interesting science in the process of this. So we have the AMOS Prime compared to the AMOS Masters, I believe it's called. A very slight size difference here, but practically the same, right? You're looking at the backs. Teeny bit bigger, right? So according to the website, the Prime tiles are 26mm. The Masters tiles are 28. And then also according to the website, the number tiles are also 28. But pretty clearly, there's size difference no matter how you're looking at it, right? You know, clearly the numbers tiles significantly larger, right? So the question remains, should you purchase AMOS numbers from Mahjong Stars? Here's my thoughts. Yeah, absolutely. But let's be a little bit more objective about all of this stuff going into it. So first of all, with Mahjong Stars, I can just order these. There's no weird shipping. There's no anything. It's actually free shipping for these. And you just go on the website, you order them, they come to your door. It's very, very simple. It's $190 for these, but with the upgraded tile size, there's more resin going into these, so you can understand that. And then also they have like these upgrades to the tile boxes and stuff like that. These are not going to fall apart. Even the plastic coverings that go on these are just like a little bit better quality. You can tell. Carrying case is incredible. It's sturdy. It's a great fabric and everything. There's a little pocket on the inside with the zipper. It's great. It does what it needs to do. The junk mat and compass are standard. That's probably a value of about like $45, $50 there. That goes into it. I know the compasses sell for about $28, that sort of thing. So you're getting value in all of those places, but really what matters here is that this is accessibility at its finest for Mahjong in North America. You're going to be able to take these over to a friend's house who's never played Mahjong before, and you're going to be able to play like it's a deck of cards, because there's no barrier to entry with language or with, you know, why does the one of bamboo look like a bird? You know, there's none of that, right? There's just letters and numbers, and it's great. It's fantastic to have this product now. I think if you are in a club, I think maybe pulling together like $10 like per person at your club and having this as a learning set, a teaching set, is so worth it. I really think that this is a set that you can use no matter what your skill level is, because it's the same resin that they use in all the other sets. It's that much more quality on all the little other accessories and stuff like that, the point sticks, the case, all of that stuff. It's great. I really like this. I really like this. I think it's a great product and I recommend it. Again, no green ink on the green dragons and the bamboo. A little bit of a hit there, and there's no season tiles and stuff like that, which is kind of standard for these Riichi sets and stuff like that. It's not the biggest of deal, but it's something that you might like to see in the future with other sets. The other thing that I will say about this is that it might have been nice to have like some sort of like Yaku sheet or some sort of like beginner materials come in this set as well. Even just having like a QR code on the box or something like that, having a website or some video tutorials that people could go to and stuff like that to learn, I feel like that would have gone a really long way. That would have been something that would be really, really cool for them to do in the future if they ever update the packaging and stuff like that. But overall, this is fantastic. I think it's worth checking out. I think it's worth every penny. So, yeah, AMOS Numbers, dude. It's maybe the best AMOS set to date. Again, this video isn't sponsored in any way. This is generally how I feel about this set. I think it's great. I think it's going to change Mahjong as we know it. The accessibility here is incredible. People are going to be able to get into Mahjong like never before, and this enables that. And if you like the video, please be sure to subscribe, and you can leave a comment below the like button if you have any questions about the set that you feel that I didn't cover in the video. This has been tenhoutei. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.